God damn it, every time I'm gonna try to do a fucking review, my camera craps out or my battery is empty or fuck. So, welcome. What's up, everybody? This is a cold steel neck knife. Haven't reviewed this yet because I meddled a little bit with the blade finish. I'm gonna show you in just a second. And it's still not to the point to where I want it. But look at this sheath. It is a humongous sheath. The only thing that peeks out is that portion of the handle. It is the cold steel mini Tac Beaver tail. So you can deploy the blade like so with the thumb, but then you would have to change your grip. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab it with my middle finger and my ring finger, and when I have it around my neck, I don't usually use my thumb, I just pull and out comes the blade. An absolutely outstanding design. I might get the Tanto version as well because I think the Skinner is fucking ugly, and the other one, the Kiridashi is a little bit too fine of a tip for me. So this is the blade. Of course, you just heard, almost cut myself there. No, there we go. The very positive click. It is super solid, as most cold steel knives are. Absolutely love cold steel fixed blade neck knives. So the blade finish looks a little bit different than the one you see on pictures. It is a hand made satin finish, but I screwed up big time. You can see those, kind of clouds in there and whatever. So what I did, it was bead blasted at first. It was really ugly. The bead blast was really ugly. I hate bead blast, but this knife is just so awesome, I just had to get it anyway. So what I did was I filed off with an old nail file the blade finish. Don't do this. Do not do this at home. I filed it off and then I tried to sand it with my 1000 and 3000 grit Japanese waterstone from Naniva, I think. And I almost got it to a mirror finish, but I had clouds in there and clouds in there, so I couldn't achieve with the tools I had the finish I wanted. I wanted to do a mirror finish, and that would have been looking awesome. But what I did was I got some sandpaper from a friend, just some scraps, and I experimented a little bit. So what I did now was some medium fine and then a little bit finer sandpaper. Got the cold steel logo a little bit off just to blend it in with the blade a little bit. It just looks very scratchy. It just looks, it's been scratched a lot. But that's what a satin finish is. I still like it better than the bead blast. I am gonna eventually do it a little bit better. I'm trying to, at least. So also what happened, I took a little bit of the material off with every sanding I did. So on this side, it doesn't have a secondary bevel anymore, except for right here in the back, but it's blended in perfectly, which means it is now not flat ground, it's a little bit convex towards the edge. On this side, I still have the secondary bevel, just a little bit, but the blade geometry was from factory absolutely outstanding. This is some nasty paper, but a weird angle behind the camera, not enough space. But this is a super sharp knife, Japanese AUS 8 proprietary cold steel, the one they really like using, and it is great steel. It is good steel for the amount of money you pay, and it is absolutely sharp when you first get it. I really like the price point on those knives. Prices do vary. I think I paid around 30 bucks, maybe even a little bit more with shipping. So most of the time I pay like 12-13 bucks shipping. So don't take my word for that. But the quality you get an outstanding design, a knife that will never leave your hand once you have really locked it in. And that's a word, a term Lynn Thompson, the president of Cold Steel, really likes using. I like how the knife locks in my hand, and that is exactly what it does. You have this absolutely fantastic finger choil, the portion for your middle and ring finger. Your pinky slips under there. You have a thumb ramp, you have jimping, a super wide blade. This is not exclusively a self-defense knife, although I am using it as such. Well, at least in the philosophy of use. I mostly carry it for EDC. Every knife I have is for my EDC. And my system consists of various folders and fixed blades and always a neck knife. I have always a neck knife. No matter if it's 120 degrees outside or towards 0, I always have a neck knife on me. It is super light. It is thin. The blade geometry, as I told you, is fantastic. It almost only consists of bevel, you know, of belly. You only have belly, a little bit straight here, but it is so light. The sheath is fan-fucking-tastic. It weighs next to nothing. I'm gonna weigh in grams. The blade itself, 75 grams. The sheath with the gutted paracord lanyard, 44. So overall, that should be 119. The blade is absolutely outstanding. I have large hands, and gripping it, it just feels like you would, you know, grip some molding clay and press, and you would remodel the grip after that. It is so awesome, the grip. Those are faux G10 handles, and our good friend Andrew Demko from Cold Steel, he told us in one video he did that the faux G10 is absolutely sufficient because you have a full tank constructed knife, and if you would use G10, that doesn't add strength, it only would add cost. So that's absolutely sufficient. It was very grippy. It was so grippy that it sanded off the skin of my thumb, or my fingers for that matter. So I just took some very fine sanding paper and run it over just a couple of times. It is perfectly grippy still, but it doesn't sand off your skin. I might as well get another model. So let's do competitive options, like another YouTuber likes to use the term. Cold Steel Spike Tanto. This is of course a larger knife. Overall a larger package. But note how fantastic the sheaths are. You can hear how fantastic they are. It is a flat carry with both those knives. With actually, this knife compares very well to it because it is almost the same length. So you can see that. And you can see it has lightening holes as well. This is the secret edge. The sheath on this one is has a little bit softer detent. Well, it doesn't click that loud, but it is super secure. Also very, very thin. Of course, this is a much broader carry than this. You can see how much sticks out on the sides of the beaver tail. This one also is faux G10, was also very aggressive, but not as aggressive as that one, because this has another pattern than this. I think I didn't sand this one. It's still very grippy. Fantastic knife. Absolutely beautiful. But it is kind of dangerous when you pull it out and want to place your thumb on top, because it is sharpened on one side and it's perfectly symmetrical I mean, and when you put your thumb there, that's probably not the best idea. Another one. Hey, that's a small one. Cold Steel Super Edge. Very nice knife. basically a 2-finger. I can get with this paracord a 4-finger grip. My pinky just grips a paracord. You have the hilt there. The guard, I mean. It is a nice knife, but it is serrated. Don't like that too much, but this one was my first cold steel neck knife. This one also clicks very, very securely in place. I absolutely love this knife. I would pay 45 bucks for it and I still would be satisfied. But it is even more affordable. I wrote Cold Steel multiple messages thanking them. It is good retention. That. Thanking them for making such amazing offerings, because those fixed blades under 12 centimeters, easily carryable, for me at least, are legal in my country. Hooray! Everybody clap now, please. An absolutely outstanding knife. If you would pick one up, you would be ecstatic as well. You might wonder why it's called beaver tail, and my guess is that this is the head of the beaver, you know, like a cartoon beaver. The eyes, the front legs, the behind legs, and this is the tail. This is just my guess, if you, well, creatively speaking. Or maybe you just take a look at this. I really like this blade shape. You can use it in the kitchen, you can use it for fucking everything. It's a knife. Just cut shit with it. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Roll Tide.